Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 20, 2022. Ooh, I like how this shows Ben and Johnny and really gets across what we are kind of dealing with here, where the Fantastic Four are dealing with their financial situation and they decide to go get jobs. This is really a nice kind of Ben-Johnny-centric kind of issue, though the rest of the Fantastic Four cast play a part in it as well, but I do like delving into their relationship. So, we pop off and we see that they're starting off working pretty much at a brewery. Before you, two of the greatest heroes on Earth, men who have boldly explored the universe, challenged the unknown, and adventured into the fantastic countless times. And while the loss of the Baxter Building may have sent them to Arizona, its return hasn't solved all their problems. There still leans against the Fantastic Four's resources in New York City, and Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm want to earn their keep. And so, as we join these two mighty heroes, we find they've decided to get jobs. Ah, now this is the life, huh? Ain't nobody gonna bust into this brewery while we're working security. Right there, just now, that was it. That was the single most boring moment in my life. Nope, I was wrong. It's this one. And see, that's the thing. That's a great job for Ben, not so great job for Johnny. If you're bored, hothead, you can always do your rounds again. I've done my rounds. Guess what? There's nothing here but the same stupid fermentation tanks that were there the past 20 times. I'm not like you, Ben. I can't just sit around like a stone and do nothing. And it's like, I do like them kind of playing into that a little bit. Maybe it just looks like I'm doing nothing, while really I'm mentally rewriting my soon-to-be Nobel Prize-winning memoirs. Nobels are for chemistry, Pulitzers are for writing. Well, maybe I'm including some chemistry in them. You ever think of that? I love that they're just having that argument about Pulitzers and Nobel Prizes. Come on, Ben, this sucks. I was raised on adventure. My heart craves exploits, escapades, quests. Here's a quest, do your job. And quests usually have kind of more kind of different kind of steps going in for it. I mean, if you do all of the things at your job and you're like, I'm still here, you're kind of like, all right. I remind you, is to hang out here and stop anyone you catch doing crimes. You'd think after years in the FF you'd be good at that by now. Ugh, fine. And I love that he smacks his head against the desk and then writes "board in flames." And then Ben's like, whoa, 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 stop that! Stop it. What? We're in a brewery surrounded by grain dust and vats of alcohol, and you're playing with open flames? Come on, you're being ridiculous. I ain't the one lighting fires here, kid. Knock it off. Okay, fine. And I'm just like, Ben is right here, Johnny. What the fuck are you doing? And then he draws flame shit on a matchstick. I told you not to. And then, kaboosh! Okay, it's not the greatest thing ever, but that really sells that it happens like that. I absorbed the flames, we're okay. And I love it. Their clothes are kind of fucked up, and like, we're alive, but we ain't okay. When Peterson finds out, he's gonna can us for sure. Okay, but like, will he find out? Nobody got exploded, we're fine, and the brewery's fine, so no harm, no foul, right? Camera, ring. Why, hello, Mr. Peterson. To what do I owe this unexpected? Right, well, tough but fair. But in our defense, you didn't explicitly tell me how explosive grain dust is, so, Mr. Peterson, he hung up on me. Rude. Matchstick. As we see that they have now been fired from the brewery one. So now we go to the next day, and we see them at their various different kind of points. Ben at 8 a.m. and Johnny at 3:30 p.m. What would make you a great Foodtopia cashier? Well, sir, I'm a hard-working man, honest and true. I got heart, I never give up, and I'm real motivated to work. What would you do if you knew you'd be late for your shift? Make a fiery note saying so in the sky above the store. Above your house, too, if you wanted. Could you text? Oh, this is on top of texting, such as my commitment to communication, Gabe. It's like, now granted, it's interesting to see their kind of interview tactics and how this kind of works. What if a customer wanted to use 2 coupons, but only one's allowed at a time? Politely inform them of the rules, but try to find them some other promotion that gets close to what they want. We're all just folks trying to get by, you know? Do you have any references? Well, the smartest man in the universe thinks I'm a pretty swell guy. Oh, and I was the Herald of Galactus once, but I don't know how to get in touch with him. Or even if I should. And that's the thing. Sometimes you have references that you really, like, you have a very finite pool of references. And it's like, I could get you to talk with the smartest man in the universe. I could get you to talk with Galactus. Want that? I appreciate your professional attitude. Welcome aboard, Mr. Grimm. We can start your training now if you're available. I'm much obliged, sir. I appreciate your honesty. Welcome aboard, Mr. Storm. We can start your training now if you're available. Awesome. Totally awesome. And it's like, I do like their differences, but I can understand why they would both make good employees. Granted, Johnny, you would have to... You don't have to, like, you have to keep an eye on, but not to micromanage, but to just understand where to best have him focus his energy. Ben, you could pretty much just give him his instructions and kind of pretty much let him go. He won't go too off of the rails or anything. It's Johnny that would be like, what the fuck? For the love of it, we agreed to work different jobs from now on. This is my gig, Johnny. Scram. Well, you never told me where you were applying to, Stone Dome, so tough cookies, as they're both working in the same grocery store. And hey, it's my job now too, so looks like you're just gonna have to deal with it. No, no way. You already got me fired once, and it ain't happening again. Tell Gabe you can't work here. And the thing is, I understand. Now granted, this has not happened to me, but I understand Ben being like, you fucking put me in this situation. You get out. And I love this. Dude comes in to rob the place. Give me all the money and the tills or I shoot. I'll kill all of you. What? Why should I have to quit? If you hate me being here so much, you quit. I'm serious. Give me the cash now or I start firing. I'll kill people. I don't care. I was here first and I like it here. I'm good at this. So what? I'm going to be amazing at this. Cashier on. As he makes a flame cage and Ben takes the gun. I'm like, they're arguing with each other and yet they do some of the best kind of teamwork without even trying to. And I love the dude's kind of look. He's like, what the fuck? I'm in a flame cage and the dude took my gun. Then prove it by getting a job somewhere else and leaving me in peace. Funny, I was about to tell you to do the same thing. Cashier on ain't even a catchphrase. Anything's a catchphrase if you say it enough. And the thing is, Johnny's right. Now, that doesn't mean it's a good catchphrase. I mean, oh god. The fucking internet. Pickle surprise! Fucking shit. God, I didn't even know. Man, there's an old meme. I did not even expect that. I swear, Flame Brain, if you incredible, let's hear it for the new guys. As everybody's like, yeah, you stopped that, that's cool. You two are heroes, I don't care what they say in New York. And I'm like, yeah, like, granted, what they did was a kind of big thing, but they brought everything back, they've been trying to help everything. It's like, what the fuck, man? That was amazing. Wait till my girlfriend hears I get to hang out all day with half of the Fantastic Four. It's like, yeah, you do. And they're like, okay. I knew I made the right call hiring you. Please tell me you're not actually quitting. I took a chance on you both, and you're already proving me right. You saved us all. Well, that is to say, quit us, never. Ben and I have been in the FF for years, but now we're both looking forward to an all-new, all-different adventure, being valued members of the Foodtopia corporate team. No, corporate family. I'm sorry, that's... that corporate BS, man. Ain't that right, Benji boy? You never let down those these hardworking teammates, would you? Well, no, not when you put it like that. Of course not. It's collaborating time. Oh, for the love of it, it's like, God damn it, Johnny. Like, I applaud him for his ingenuity for changing to collaborating time, but I am with Ben. I'm like, oh, for the love of God. And I love Ben's pacing. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. That night, he's stealing my job, Alicia, from me. Kathy's still hiring cashiers at Wazanowski's, babe. Why don't you? Oh no, I ain't giving Matchstick the satisfaction. It's like, listen, since living pretty much life, I understand wanting to not let a person win on a certain thing, but the thing is, for your peace of mind and your own well-being, if that person does that stuff and you're essentially fucking yourself over to get that win, fuck it, go and do something else. Like, Alicia's got the right call on that. Besides, Bossman Gabe set up this new contest for Cashier of the Month. Whoever has the most satisfied customers wins. Great. A lot of people can be satisfied by a lot of different things. Good luck with those metrics. And I'll tell you right now, Leash, that's going to be me. If we're going to be working together, then I'm going to show Johnny what hard work really is. It's like, but that's the thing. You have a different definition of hard work than Johnny does. For him, certain other things like doing all the kind of science is hard work for him, and he just doesn't know how to do it well. But yet you tell him to kind of pretty much go and use his flames and do some crazy-ass, cool-ass shit. That's not considered hard work for him. I'm going to be polite and courteous and efficient, and old hothead can't do any of that. Folks are going to love old blue-eyed Ben. So anyway, there's this competition for cashier of the month. Whoever gets the highest customer satisfaction score wins. Figure I'll just flirt with everyone and win it in a walk. And I'm like, yup, that is a valid strategy. Like, it's almost like in certain kind of video games. Ben's got his kind of strat for whatever meta's going on, and Johnny's got his, and we'll see who comes out. You think I look flirtier with my left eyebrow raised or my right? I think Alicia's repeatedly says she's fine covering for us until our finances are unprecedented. Left. Flame on, baby. And then flames on and Reed's like stretching his head around. I love that. When I'm able to get the transition. So we see them at their respective kind of works. We see Johnny pretty much, love that shirt on you, Ash. Hey, you want your rotisserie chicken hotter and your ice cream colder? Oh my gosh, Johnny, yes please. And I'm like, listen. Johnny might be just essentially utilizing his flame powers and being flirty. That would be fucking amazing to be able to make sure that your rotisserie chicken is warmer and your ice cream is colder. Holy fucking shit. And then we see Ben. And here's your change. And hey, when I see you next week, see you here next week, Denise, I want to know if your Edie got into that college she wanted. You hear? Oh, you will. Ta, Benjamin. And so, I saw some great work from all of you this month. Well done to the whole team, but there can only be one cashier of the month, and it gives me great pleasure to announce that I'm now changing this, and they're both cashier of the month, which is funny. I was wrong earlier when I said there could only be one because our two newest cashiers have tied in customer satisfaction. I'll be splitting both the title and the $100 bonus as they're clapping and they're giving each other the stink eye. It's like, yep, gotta keep that kind of thing going on. A tie indicates you both won. Logically, you should both be happy. I'm like, Reed. I understand the logic of that. And normally, I'm like, yes with Reed. But most of the time, people think of that as a loss. And it's just like, oh god, yeah. It's like, I don't know why the fuck you're both fighting. And the money you make is going towards general household expenses, right? So none of this matters? I'm like, yes, Valeria, yes. That's a great point, Val. Ben and Johnny were going to share that the prize anyway. Okay, true. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm going to win the next cashier of the month. Ha! And I'm winning it alone, which incidentally will finally prove once and for all which of us, the Human Torch or the Thing, is the best. And then I love Sue at grocery store cashiering. Now, grocery store cashiering is a valid job. It's just like, this is the contest, the hill that you guys want to kind of die and fight on. It's like, just chill. Do your best and just work it. Yes, Sue. And I know, how it sounds, but this is important to me. We got pride riding on this now, and I ain't gonna lose the matchstick. It's like, you always gotta watch out for the pride, man. In fact, Susie, would you tell Johnny that the only way he's gonna win is if he gets sucked into the reverso zone, where everything is topsy-turvy and only opposite things happen? Hey, Susie, will you tell Ben that he's the one who's gonna get sucked into the reverso zone, and he'll be able to tell for sure when his customer scores get close, he'll be able to tell for sure when his customer scores get anywhere close to mine. They're just essentially going the complete kids route. It's like, oh my god. I'll tell both of you you're setting a lousy example for the kids. Yes. And if I hear one more word about this, one more word, I'm putting each of your heads in soundproof force fields so the rest of us can eat in peace. And I'm just like, yes, it's just nuts to see this kind of competition and like just being buttholes. And I love how he's like, then please tell Ben that. And then Ben starts laughing at him. Amazing. Hey, Johnny, how do you shut up a second place flame brand new? Whoop, as they both get in their bubbles. And then we see Nikki being like, Franklin, would you pass the mashed earth potatoes, please? Yep. As they're just fucking, I love that they're just ignoring him. It's like, nope, this isn't how you should act and behave. So later we see him going in, fighting to get into the front and all that. Oh, gentlemen, please, let me get the keys out of the lock first. Never saw two men so eager to work. How hot can you get, Johnny? How about the game last night, eh, Ben? Well, that depends, Madison. How hot do you want me? You ask me, Bob. That team could teach the whole league a lesson in defense. Later. We have a cleanup crew for when customers drop. No worries, happy to get it clean. You can always vaporize it if you want. Later. I'm not sure how it happened, but somehow I got half the Fantastic Four doing all they can to be my best employees. Don't pinch me, Matt. If I'm dreaming, I don't want to wake up. And it's like, yeah, don't take advantage of those situations. And then we get back to it. And you tell your grandkid if she really wants to be a volcano for Halloween, I'm more than happy to have her come out with us with me as one of her boulders. She'd be thrilled, Ben. See you next time. Wouldn't miss it. Hey, is Johnny Storm here? He's 2 minutes late coming back from break. Can I help you instead? As we see pretty much this tabloid dude popping up to figure out kind of what's going on. Will he be back soon? Yeah, probably. But between you and me and the cheesies, I can get you checked out faster than he can on his best day. Oh no, I'm actually here to interview him. Name's Chet. I'm doing a Where Are They Now story for World Enquirer. We're on a nostalgia kick, and Johnny was a mainstay during his teen idol years. Took me forever to track him down to this town. He's not actually working here, is he? And? Why, Chet, my good man, I do believe I see the answer to that very question walking towards us as we speak. As we pretty much see Johnny be like, oh yeah, hey, sure, no problem. And he's just got that go-lucky kind of attitude before things start getting kind of nutty. Mr. Storm, Chet Owens, reporter, can I get a picture, ask a few questions? Sure, man, always have time for my adoring public. Which, this isn't really work to him. He's like, sure, great. So how are you enjoying life in Arizona? Quite a change from New York City, huh? Oh, for sure, but honestly, it's great. There's good people everywhere, and I'm always happy to help. The Human Torch is on your side, kids. Where do you live here? Just with my sister and her husband, Sue and Reed, and also with Ben over there and Alicia. That's his wife, and each couple has a couple of kids, too. So 4 total. All 9 of you, is it? In the same house? Yeah, the money ran out in NYC, and Ben knew a place that'd be empty here forever, so off we went. Bit of a squeeze for sure, but we make it work, and honestly, I love it here. I just love life, you know? And now you work as a grocer and a cashier in a grocery store, minimum wage? I mean, I just started, so yeah, incredible. Hey, Chet, why are you writing down so much? And then he starts figuring out that, this is just going for pretty much a tabloid hit piece. Listen, Johnny, I like you. I do. And no, it's not always fair how the tabloids have treated you, but I'm a journalist, and this is a hell of a scoop. Not really? Former teen heartthrob and global superhero Johnny Storm's all grown up and he's broke. It's like, that is a very reductivist kind of take on it. And he's run out of town, out of the state, out of half the country, and he's squatting with 8 other people, including children, in an abandoned house in God knows where. Arizona, scraping by a minimum wage. How the mighty have fallen, huh? It's like, wow, everything you said is complete and utter bullshit. Well, it's not Ben's Aunt Petunia's place, so I don't think it's squatting, right? Do you pay her rent? Well, no, but... And what's going on with that mustache? It's like, oh god, I know people have issues with the mustache, and I kind of like how it's almost taken on a meta kind of fucking crazy-ass thing going on here. As a reporter, I gotta ask, did you lose a bet, Johnny? No. I love it. People love it. Honestly, though, the cashier thing doesn't pan out. Does that mustache mean our readers can look forward to you doing exotic dancing? I didn't expect that route. I'm like, dude, stop being such an asshole. But it's not, I'm not, and it's not like that. Very much so. And then I really kind of love this panel here. I've been loving the art. It's been great so far. But this, where we just see kind of Johnny just like down on this whole thing. And then we see him writing. And then Ben's hand just going. And the thing is, he's taped a pencil to his finger. So that way he can do stuff with the touchscreen. There you go, Ben. And then he pretty much sets his ass straight. This is great. And why, even though they butt heads, Ben... I just love how he stands up for Johnny here. Now listen to me, Chet. You want to know about Johnny Storm? Because I'll tell you about Johnny Storm. You're in the presence of one of the best men I know. The kind of guy who'd give you the shirt off his back if he thinks it'll help. You mocking him for what? Working? Working to support 2 families, one of which he ain't even related to? The man is a hero. He saved plenty of worlds, including ours, more times than I can count. And he's good, and he's decent. You know what? You know what, Chet? If Johnny did do any dancing, he'd bring the house down, and you know it. Ain't no shame in earnest to not earning an honest living. And you want to know the worst thing about that damn mustache? It works. It accentuates his cheekbones. It tells you he's fun, and it tells you he ain't afraid of what anyone thinks. It tells you he's him. I apologize to you both, and now I'll be on my merry way. That what you're trying to say, Chet? And him just, he's like, Or maybe you're trying to get out that if you ever have anything else to ask Johnny from now on, you're going to ask it to me first? Because I got to say, bud, for your sake, I really hope that's what it is. Then we shift over, we see him going, slinking out. Whoa, that was incredible. I love you, bud. To breathe a word of this to anyone, and it's curtains. Yeah, of course, thanks. And I love that. Johnny's not like, he's really kind of touched and moved by it. But aren't you worried that Chet might write about what he just saw? He could tell the world that he was almost attacked by the thing for doing his job, which really isn't his job. He's not reporting, he's making shit up. Oh, he won't. Guys like him wouldn't feel tough, so they do it by tearing down the other guy. Exactly. He never told the world he was the one getting a strip torn off him this time. Come on, Johnny, it's past quitting time anyway. Let's you and me call today. Let's. So, you really like the mustache, huh? You remember when I said don't breathe a word of this to anyone? It was including me. I was including me in that. I'd hate to have have to ruin such a beautiful moment by clobbering you, kid. Hey, love you too, Ben. And that's just a really nice thing. I love that he stood up for him and just they had a nice conversation there. And of course, it doesn't completely work out that way. As we see, World Enquirer, Fantastic Four, Bidden Fruit. Former teen idol Johnny Storm caught in Arizona love nest with sister's best friend. Married superhero The Thing professes love for hot-headed grocery clerk. And then we also see stuff for Tony. And baby makes 3 pregnancy rumors swirl around Stark Tower. What in the name of Aunt Petunia? Oh my god. Come on, kid. No one with half a brain gonna believe it, and anyone without half a brain ain't worth the worry. You and me are buds, and we can be tied for first cashier for the rest of time for all I care. About that. Sorry, guys. Hate to let you go, but the store's getting too much bad publicity. If you don't stand by your employees, fuck you. Honestly. Plus, as grateful as I am for your contributions to the Foodtopia family, I think your talents might actually be better applied elsewhere. Now, granted, for the publicity shit, fuck that. If you're like, these people have better talents and can be better used elsewhere, as we see giant fucking monsters and shit, and like Sue and Reed fighting them, I'm like, yeah, let them go and do that shit. Man, as they go out, and I really like this shot down here. It's really kind of cool. Seeing, oh, there's Ben with his shirt just getting ready to clobber. Johnny getting into his flame on mode. And then we shift over, and I kind of love the owner, or at least the manager, dealing with everything and setting stuff up as we see everything going on outside. Hey, bet you I could take down my monster faster than Ben takes down his. We're teammates, Matchstick. Besides, everyone knows I could take down old Googam, son of Goom, with one hand tied behind my back. And yet your monster is still standing while mine's trapped in a fire cage. Sigh, help wanted. That ain't taking him down. That's just putting him in a box. There's a difference. I'm like, okay. Slight difference, but not that big of a difference. What are you going to do? Keep him in there forever? Yeah, maybe. Who says I can't? Me. You need to sleep, Flame Brain. What, then what? Then I guess Flamo will keep watch. As he's then, like, doing stuff with the fucking Inquire thing. Flamo ain't real and he ain't got a brain. Flamo, are you going to let him say that about you? He's shaking his head no, Ben. I don't think he likes that. I think he might actually think it's a revolting development. Johnny! Just seeing it develop panel by panel down there is just great. So then we also get the Fantastic fan page and a look at the Blood Hunt tie-in, which was actually kind of cool because I got 3 Blood Hunt tie-ins this week, which I was able to like shift over, and then 2 that aren't tied in quite yet. So I enjoyed this one because it was a weird, crazy, fucking strange one of like, okay, the Fantastic Four are still in that kind of weird situation. Let's see what happens when 2 of them try to find jobs, and then trying to get them together, and seeing the kind of rivalry that popped up out of that, and how they're not really setting a good example for the children, and the children are essentially just ignoring him on it, and Sue's like, we need to be in peace. Your heads are going to the bubbles. So it's kind of interesting to see how they handle these kind of conflicts when they pop up. I just truly like how the whole cast of characters are handled in this creative team, and then seeing that Ben stood up for Johnny. Now granted, we do see this a lot, but it's always nice to see it pop up because it's an important aspect of their characters, because even though they differ on how they usually interact and approach things, they have each other's backs, even when they're doing stupid competitions that really don't mean much, as they then fight their monsters and everything. And it was kind of cool to see those kind of crazy-ass, kaiju-looking, crazy thing monsters, and see the Fantastic Four deal with them and just be like, oh god, they're dealing with this. And I kind of like the Flamo development, and how Ben just took down that dude, and how that dude was pretty much trying to twist the situation in this horrible, revolting development. It's like, no, the Fantastic Four are doing alright. They're doing good. So I can't wait to see where we're going to head off next. I know that the next kind of stuff, the way this has been structured has been working pretty well for me, because we do have ones that do arcs. We have our kind of essential episode of the week / month, and now we're going to be having stuff tying into Blood Hunt, and it'll be interesting to see how the Fantastic Four deal with that. what characters are going to be doing what. We know Rita's going to be attempting to be involved in trying to fix whatever's going on with how the light's been darkened with the Dark Force dimension, and potentially trying to find other kind of cure ways for the vampirism that's being spread by all the vampires going, holy shit, it's fucking time. Like, we're getting on this, we're doing this shit. So we'll see how that kind of works out, and I'm excited to see how this creative team works within that and how they kind of deal with it. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.